TGC Requiem here, back with Black Green Elves. We are on the draw. This seems very solid. Alright, looks like we got some Colorless Eldrazi. Maybe. Some sort of Eldrazi. Plays a tomb and then goes to combat. I'm presuming we're going to get a dismember of some sort post-combat. Well, I feel like so he's willing to block and trade, so we can Abrupt Decay his Mimic, which, based on his start, could buy us some time, or we can just jam a Plague Stinger and attack, which seems like kind of the better route right now. Glad to take 4 power off the board. I presume we get a dismember, no? No dismember, no flyer. Yeah, it's dismember. No. Okay, I think we win. Sweet. Sometimes you're rewarded for average lines of play. Alright, so we got a win on the draw versus Eldrazi, which can only mean they had a terribly slow draw. That played against Eldrazi quite a bit, and it seems pretty tough. Seems pretty tough. I like Doomblade in the matchup. I want the second Abrupt Decay in case they go for the Chalice plan. Nature's Claim doesn't help against Chalice. Thoughtseize can be alright. We could probably cut a couple probes for that. We're definitely trying to be faster as a part of the general game plan. I think we're going to cut down on one. You know, I think we just cut all the probes. We don't really care what's in their hand. They're mostly creatures. We're probably going to mostly be going for it or not. And I think we pull a Corrupt or a Crusader just because he's a little slower. We want to keep all of our pump spells in that we can. You know, Dryad Arbor could have been pulled, actually, as I look back. That would have been probably worth keeping a Gataxian probe in there just to help increase the odds of hitting your Become Immense. Dryad Arbor I just added to the main deck, though, so it's kind of throwing me off a little. I think we keep this. I mean, we can go into Glistener Elf turn 1, followed up with Ink Moth or Abrupt Decay based on what our opponent does. I mean, it's not the most explosive, but it has some level of resiliency. And more importantly, attacking through the air. Alright, so Vines is starting to look a little nicer. We'll open up with the Tune into Glistener Elf. Matter Reshaper. So if we block the Mimic, it trades. Matter Shaper, when it dies, reveal top card. You may put that card on the battlefield if it's permanent with converted mana cost 3 or less. So if we do this, he's going to get a 1/1 counter and die. I feel like with the 2 Ink Moths, that's the route we want to go. So he has Ghost Quarter, but we can Vines to protect. our ink moth. I think we want to wait a turn to do it though. So I think what we do here, because if we can activate and Vines Pump, that's pretty good. Or if we can just Vines Pump in response. Or Vines Protect in response, rather. If we draw another green source now, because we still have to activate it, I don't want to give him something off his Matter Reshaper though. I kind of need to draw a Become Immense here. I could block his Reality Smasher and trade, since we know we have another Ink Moth. If we play an Ink Moth, we can activate Ink Moth, attack for 7, with a green up for protection. Which doesn't really do anything. I think we just got to take a chance here. And hope that he doesn't hit anything. Eldrazi Temple, which goes on the battlefield, which probably now gives him it buys us a turn. Otherwise we were definitely losing next turn. Now we might not lose next turn. In fact, now we may have a win. Alright. Got a match versus Colorless Eldrazi. So the version I've been playing against the most is the red-blue Eldrazi. And that is a much harder matchup from what I've experienced. They spit out a ton of tokens as blockers, and they have plenty of flyers, and they have Drowner of Hope, which can tap your creatures down, which is a huge issue. So this one does seem like a little bit of an easier matchup. And frankly, considering it's the worst of the two in the mirror, I don't really know why this one still sees a lot of play. I think the red-blue is significantly better, and I know there's some other versions out there now as well. But anyway, 3-1 at this point, 2-0 in the match, both on the draw too, which is pretty amazing. And so 3-1 in the league so far. This is my third league. I didn't record the first league that I played with Black-Green Infect. Went 1-4. Second league I went 2-3, but both of them felt like they were close with better play. And so going up to 3-1 this time feels good. Feels like I'm getting better with the deck. Maybe I'm just playing worse opponents. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, we'll be back for the fifth match later.